Okay, now we're going to talk about some optional rules. The optional rule, the great player impact rule, this refers to the defensive players or offensive blockers with a rating of 6. When the player's rating is needed to determine the outcome of the play, if a white die is a 6, a significant impact occurs. Let's do an example of a defensive lineman. The right end, Rashawn Gary, he's a 6 on defensive end. And let's say we roll a 9 on the defense with a white die of a 6. And there are 0 linebackers. It says defensive end -1 or +6. It would be a -1. However, we roll the white die again. And if it's a 6, it's a fumble. However, it's a 4, so it's just a -1. No fumble. Now we'll do an example of a defensive back, and namely the free safety Xavier McKinney, who's a 6 in defense on pass defense. And let's say we roll a defense 9, white die 6, 1 man, and it says defensive back in zone, extra +28, so that would be incomplete. However, if we roll the white die, and if it becomes a 6, like it is there, that would be an interception. Okay, now we'll do an offensive lineman. We have a couple. Green Bay does have a couple 6s. Let's go over the center. Frank Ragnow is a 6 center. So we do a line buck, and it's on defense 10, but the white die is a 6. 0 linebackers. It says here offensive center +7 or +3. So this would automatically be a +7. However, if we roll a 6 again on the white die, that would instead be a short gain. So offensive lineman gets a short gain as their impact play. Okay, now we're going to talk about the optional dump-off passes. Whenever the offense attempts a short or long pass and a D pass rush occurs, if there is no sack and the quarterback is flushed out of the pocket, roll the white and red dice again and consult the appropriate card. Accept the results if must-run, interception, or completion from the quarterback's card. Dump-off pass occurs if the result is receiver, incomplete pass, or completion from the defense card. Roll 2 dice and refer to the dump-off chart, and this is found in the instructions for a new receiver. Offense rolls the white and red dice again. If white die is 1, 2, or 3, refer to the flat pass right on the quarterback card. If white die is 4, 5, or 6, refer to the flat pass 0 men in the defensive card. This is not used in the last 30 seconds of each half. The next optional rule is shadowing the quarterback. This rule is designed to prevent scrambling quarterbacks from running for a first down in obvious passing situations. To shadow a quarterback, you must call a pass defense. Remove a linebacker from the board and announce you are shadowing the quarterback. Any linebacker may be used to shadow. If must-run reading occurs, roll 2 dice and refer to the must-run in the quarterback's card. Refer to the white die rolled and refer to the quarterback shadowing chart found in the instructions. If shadowing is successful, then the white die indicates how many yards short of the first down he was. If the white die is a 1, then he has stopped 1 yard short. If it's a 2, he has stopped 2 yards short. If it's a 3, he stopped 3 yards short. If the card reading indicates a worse reading, then accept that instead. Shadowing can be used in any down/yardage situation by the defense. You cannot shadow inside the defensive 10-yard line. Shadowing does not affect any other play result other than the must run. If a must run does not occur, and the linebacker is considered out of the play and is not counted in any defensive zones. Shadowing the quarterback also prevents the quarterback from getting out of bounds on a must run. Okay, now we're going to discuss open receivers. If a linebacker who has pass coverage responsibility, let's say this right linebacker who's covering the halfback, if he blitzes, shadows the quarterback, or double teams, then the receiver he was covering, the halfback, is left open. On a pass to that receiver, a result of defender on the defensive card is completed for the greater yardage, and on flat look-in pass to that receiver, a result of receiver consults the receiver's guessed wrong column. For other receivers, empty flat look-in pass equals guessed wrong is an optional rule. Only the look-in pass is guessed wrong if there are no middle linebacker or inside linebacker in the zone. This rule does not apply for dump-off flat passes, or if there are at least 5 men on the line, excluding the free safety, and there is no more than one double-teamed opponent. If a free safety or defensive back double-teams an open receiver, that receiver is no longer open. On a pass to that receiver, a result of defender or linebacker in zone on the defense card uses the rating of the double-teaming free safety or defensive back to determine if the pass is completed. And on a flat or look-in pass to that receiver, the result of receiver consults the receiver's guessed right column. Another interesting rule is if a defensive back or free safety who has coverage responsibility is positioned in the long pass zone, then the receiver he was covering is left open in the flat look-in pass zone and the short pass zone. On a pass to that receiver, the result of defender or linebacker in zone on the defensive card is completed for the greater yardage. And on flat look-in pass to that receiver, a result of receiver consults the receiver's guessed wrong column. Next chart shows linebacker ratings versus flat and look-in passes. If a linebacker's rating is 0, 4, or 5, and the linebacker is in the zone, a white die 6 defaults to 0 men column as seen in the chart. This completes today's tutorial. In the next video we'll discuss about offense and defensive strategies.